Baby, I can see you kiss from around. Ooh. Um, we saw a movie tonight. A movie that I was interested from watching the trailers in the cinemas. Then I got even more interested in it when everyone was saying it was the best movie of the year thus far. For me, it would have been Mickey 17, but the second half of the film kind of fell short. It just turned to a generic like rise up against leader type film. But Sinners is like such a good movie. It's insane. People are saying like one of like the best film in years, like a standalone good film, and like it's confusing at times because the main characters are twins, and they're both played by Michael B. Jordan. Kind of similar how Christian Bale was two brothers in The Prestige. I don't even know it was the same person. But like it's so weird because I wasn't reading the credits, but I would have been surprised as well. But it said music recording at Metallica HQ, which is like be very peculiar because I don't think there's been any other band or anything remotely related to a film that was recorded in that studio. But then apparently Ryan Coogler's one of his inspirations for the film was One by Metallica, which is one of their like greatest songs. And on top of deeper like retrospective thinking, the structure of the movie is like the structure of the song. You know what I mean? Like it's like a very like slow melancholy beginning, then it just hits heaviness in the middle. It gets insane towards the very end. It's pretty cool because One had things from westerns in it. I think it was Johnny Got His Gun. I don't know if that's a western film or not. But like the only downside of this film is that you don't necessarily remember their names. You remember Smoke and Steak. I think his name is Steak. But you don't remember any other characters' names. That's basically its down. You remember Preacher Boy and Slim because they're like the main like four guys, and Haley Steinfeld's character, I think her name's, I don't know what her name is actually. But it is a very good film, and I'm glad I watched it. And like this, it hasn't been like this before. But I went into a 320 viewing. It was packed. I haven't been to a film that packed for a film that wasn't an MCU-based film in a long time. Like the last two times were Barbie and Oppenheimer. Other than that, nothing. It's actually insane how packed this film was. And it's only because of word of mouth. It's a fucking good film. There's a particular scene in there's like a scene because the way they talk about, because it ultimately becomes about vampires. The vampires are drawn towards music, and the music relates to ancestors. And something about the vampires getting drawn towards the music because the music, but people behind the music can kill them to make them be something about connect to the ancestors or going back. I don't know. But then this entire scene where they're singing, he's singing the main guy, first time acting in a film as well. He was singing, actually playing guitar as well, which boosted it for me, because when I see like music instruments being played in films, I look at the playing and I notice if it's fake or not. Like the most recent one is fucking in Paddington in Peru. Probably one of the worst guitar miming I've ever seen, ever. But he like this one take scene of just going around introducing people, ancestors, or like people like different like generations like next as well, because you saw someone playing the electric guitar. There was a weird scene of like a, a girl twerking, which kind of felt out of place, even though I guess it's part of the same history. But we saw the two Asians. I saw the Asian girl, but apparently the Asian guy behind him was a guy that dressed up as Sun Wukong, as Monkey King. And I need to rewatch that scene to spot him, because I didn't notice that. So many things were going on in that scene. It was insane. Like this film is like, it's one of those ones where like you just not stop thinking about it after you watch it, or you just think about it. And then there was a scene that confused me a lot between the both respective partners with the brother, not partners. It's with one of the partners, then the cousin on top. It's like it's an intercut scene with two different conversations happening at once that relate to each other. But every time they cut to Michael B. Jordan, you don't know which brother it is. I don't know if that's. I think it's done to confuse you, because like we're led to believe throughout the film that one of them is more crazy than the other, because they work for Al Capone, they stole money, and one of them is more crazy. One of the ones killed their father, the other one was unconscious when it happened, and all that. And the one who dies, spoiler alert, is the one who, from what I remember, is the non-crazy one. Was the one with... Wait, no. No. The one who died was the crazy one. No, was the non-crazy one. Because we saw in the car. It's fucking confusing, you know? Like, a part of me, like, thought at the end of it, like, if Chadwick Boseman was still here and he didn't have cancer, would this film be made? Because I think he would have stuck around to do 3 Black Panther films with him. I don't know if he's doing a Black Panther 3 at all. With them, pretty cool, but I doubt it. I would have like, imagine if they weren't twin brothers. It was Michael B. Jordan and Chadwick Boseman as brothers, so it would make more sense to when watching it, to see, because it's kind of confusing, not gonna lie. I mean, like, it's different, like, they wear different hats and whatever, and you can easily tell in some scenes that it's the double behind them, because that's what you have to do. It's like, I think in my head it's a good 7.5 to 8 out of 10 film. I think it has a lot of rewatchability, because there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of characters to care about. Other than that, I got this. Last of Us Part 1. I don't know when we're going to start playing it. Hopefully sometime next week, so I can edit that shit for YouTube. That would be pretty cool, having this shit done. Also, I logged into Marvel Rivals to see if the event stops soon. I have another 5 days. But there's this big head mode thing you can get. You can buy big heads. I don't know how that's gonna, like, if you can use it in any game or it's like an emote. But you have to spend 400 credits on each. And I'm assuming you probably get 1 or 2 for free, but I don't know, that's just funny. But before I start playing the game, I want to watch Charlie's review of it, because he obviously he watched it, and I was going to probably watch it by myself. I was going to watch The Accountant 2 this week, actually. I mean, I could have watched it yesterday, but I didn't spend the money on it. That'll probably be next week's film. Will probably be that, as well as Thunderbolts on the Friday. The fuck is that? Travis Scott. Can't. Yeah, let me see the. I also want to play this game as well. That's also by Bethesda, isn't it? Yeah, Bethesda. Like, see, I want to see how expensive this is. I can buy that for $30, sure, but then... Yeah, $130 on PSN. Why is it more expensive online than it is in physical? That will never make sense in my head. Never. Baby, I can see you kiss from the road.
I have a very random question that I promised my editor, who's the biggest Spider-Man fan on the planet, to ask you. Yes. Ready? What was your perspective on a kind of infamously iconic scene, the jazz club scene in Spider-Man 3? I want your perspective on this. It's not usual for a Spider-Man film to have an extended dance sequence in a jazz club. Mm-hmm. What was Bryce's perspective on that?
My perspective was that it took a lot of rehearsals for Toby and I to do something that was not ultimately incredibly impressive. No, I mean, it was fun. It was cool because Sam Raimi, for me, Spider-Man 2 was like blew my mind, because it was taking the piss out of Marvel in a way. Before Marvel was even Marvel. It sort of established that tone. And that playfulness and irreverence is just delicious and so fun to film. So yeah, so Toby and I practiced that dance a lot, and you know, it was one of those really fun situations where you're shooting all night and everyone is delirious, and you know, it was fun.
I'm talking about it to this day, so that means you made something special.
Well, he was wearing eyeliner, so
that was emo.
Yeah.
Parker.
Honest to God, if we would have a good alley, I think we would have watched it by now. Baby.
Wake up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Just a few short months ago, I experienced a little game called The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt for the first time. And as many of you are well aware by now, I liked it.
How long would it have taken him
Hungry
to
Jack's
fucking
new
make this?
cheesy cheese whopper, flame grilled Aussie beef, stacked with sliced cheese.
Because I want to make
and
these types of
gooey
videos.
cheesy
I really
cheese
do.
sauce. Or hook into a Jack's Fried Chicken, the new cheesy cheese range. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Lions call the shots on their money.
Baby.
No wonder they're so chill.
Be the lion.
How much subscribers does he have? Pretty good.
Being a lifelong Star Wars fan has had its ups and downs.
I know it's become very trendy to make fun of Katy Perry recently. Especially after that cosmic voyage she went on like a week or two ago where they shot her up in a rocket ship and she spent a handful of minutes in space. I spend longer in space when I take NyQuil. And then she had the very cringe moment where she tried to be like really emotional about it, so when the rocket came back to Earth, she got out and kissed the ground, ate a little dirt as if she had been gone for years, like she was fucking Matt Damon stranded on Mars in the movie The Martian. All in all, it hasn't been a great couple of months for the Katy Perry brand image, but at the very least, she can almost call herself an astronaut. In the same way I can almost call myself 6 feet tall, even though I'm actually 5'6". But anyway, I'm not here to just harp on all of these things. Instead, I'd like to talk about a segment from her most recent concert that I got sent, and I am just blown away by. I want to be clear here so there's no confusion. I'm not even a Katy Perry hater, really. And I'm not even cosplaying as one either. I just think she's done some very silly things recently that obviously make it difficult to fight the urge to shoot a couple of spitballs. It is what it is. But, like, I don't even really dislike her or her music. A lot of the songs she's made in the past I still like to this day. I still think some of them are kind of bangers. Of course, gun to my head and I'm asked to name a single one of her new songs of the last decade, I'm getting my brains blown the fuck out. I don't know any of her new work, couldn't tell you, but I still like some of her classics. With that out of the way, I've got to show you this little piece from the concert. I'm gonna have to mute the audio because it's a Katy Perry song. So instead, I'll be doing my own a cappella cover of it while showcasing the choreography and the performance. They say, be afraid, you're not like the others, futuristic lover, different DNA, they don't understand you, you're from a whole nother world, a different dimension, you open my eyes, and I'm ready to go, lead me into the light. Kiss me, kiss me, infect me with your love and fill me with your poison. Take me, take me, wanna be your victim, ready for abduction. Boy, you're an alien, your touch so foreign, it's supernatural, extraterrestrial. I'm ashamed to admit it, but this cover took me far longer than any sane man would ever pour into something so trivial. But I'm happy with how it came out, and that's all that matters. So anyway, this was Katy Perry at a performance last night in Mexico for her song E.T. There's a lot to unpack here. I cannot believe that this got the green light for the big stage. Her tickets are expensive. I was looking at the prices to attend one of her shows. They are not cheap. And if I went there and saw this, I would be the happiest camper on the planet. This is like the Moonfall of concerts here. This shit is incredible. It looks like how I used to play with my friends when I was 8 years old with lightsabers. It's so good. I don't know why she's moving around like she's in slow motion or she's like 80 years old. Maybe she spent too much time in space so her body needs to reacclimate to Earth's gravity. Couldn't tell ya. But the way she's maneuvering around the stage with the lightsaber... cinema. I don't even know where to begin. So she's being chased around by anchor arm aliens, and she's got the Darth Maul lightsaber out, but she didn't even do the bare minimum of like twirling it around or anything. She just holds it static, like an American Gladiator with the giant Q-tips. I would have at least thought there'd be like some twirling or something there to make it interesting and entertaining, but no, it's just like she's basically T-posing across the stage. So she's running away from like the Power Rangers villains, and then there's like the space ninja on the wire system. Maybe there's like some metaphors and symbolism there that escape me with my tiny little reptile brain here, but I love it at surface level where it's not really a fight. She like runs.
Let's watch this.
After charging
In a
across
place
the
about
country,
doom.
that wet-nosed welcome home is just around the corner. Ampol Amp Charge, powering you on the road and at home.
Don't you know what he did?
It's not a horror film. I'm sure a lot of you have heard the hype around a new movie that just came out called Sinners. It's the best reviewed film of the year so far, and I think it's one of the best reviewed films of the last handful of years. It's getting more glazed than a Little Debbie's honey bun. People are going ballistic over it, and the question needs to be asked. Does it live up to the hype? Is it as good as people say it is? And can it beat Chicken Jockey? I'm the only one qualified to opine on this, and the answer is a resounding yes. I think it's a really, really good movie. It's a movie that explores a ton of different things, and it does all of it really well. Now let's get into the spaghetti and the meatballs. First and foremost, I think the trailers lead people to believe that it's something that it's not. A horror film. And this isn't a complaint or anything. I just feel like, I've talked about it on stream quite a bit, there's a lot of people under the impression that this is supposed to be a scary movie. I don't think that's the case. And this isn't me just being, you know, grisly tough guy who doesn't get scared of anything. The only thing Charles fears is a day without getting pussy. I just...
Bubblegum Storm and Shake are back at Hungry Jack's. Yes, Gum Boy, it is yum. Bubble Bait, we love it too. Bubblegum Storm and Shake, for a limited time, only at Hungry Jack's.
personally don't.
Baby.
You weren't asking for two. Who ate a bunch of unborn frog eggs? Grogu or Xenomorph?
Grogu.
Whose blood can melt the hull of a ship?
The Xenomorph.
Which one ages super fast and which one ages super slow?
Well, that I don't know.
We stumped her. I believe it's the Xenomorph ages super fast and Grogu ages very slow.
I think he doesn't age super fast, but he grows up super fast.
So she stumped us.
Sorry.
Which one of them brought Werner Herzog to tears? It was him.
Okay,
it was
good.
him. Which one of these potentially is the most powerful being in the universe?
Not that I don't believe in him, but I'm afraid it is the Xenomorph. What I remember of Yoda is that Yoda's too wise to do all of that. He's not a destructive being. He's on the side of good. And I think he is too, obviously.
And he's just too cute to be all that threatening.
Well, you know, listen, if he'd stayed with Werner Herzog, who knows what he would have become.
Who ate a bunch of unborn frog eggs? Grogu or Xenomorph?
Grogu.
Whose blood can melt the hull of a ship?
The Xenomorph.
Which one ages super...
You weren't asking.
Hey there, hot mama.
Me?
Yeah, you hot mama. Well, you can be if you want to. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Let's go start
Alright,
fighting.
let's go. Babe, that's my job.
What?
I have to put a bun in your oven.
No.
What?
A different oven in a different place.
What do you mean?
No, that doesn't count.
Yes, let me put your bun in your oven. Babe, you can't put a bun in your own oven.
Apparently you don't know how to put a bun in my oven either.
Okay, wow.
Okay.
You have to go there.
Take me upstairs.
Okay, let's go there. No, we already have a bun in the oven now.
I'm gonna literally die. I'm gonna explode.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
You know how they say dress for the job you want? Well, you definitely are dressed as a MILF right now.
Make me a MILF.
Okay.
You will automatically be DILF by default.
Baby, did you not hear what I just said?
What?
I just said, okay, let's go.
Wait, what? But you said okay like 400 times. I'm pulling your pants down right now.
Hey, babe. You want to go do it right now?
Baby, yes, I'm literally feral.
You-
I want children so bad.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, let's go play video games then.
Shut up.
What?
No. Out. Stop. You're sleeping in the tent tonight.
What did you think I was talking about? I wanted to play video games with you.
I want to be a mother. What do you think I was talking about?
So let's go practice video games so we can play with our kids.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
What does that mean? Hey there, hot mama.
Me?
Yeah, you hot mama. Well, you can be if you want to. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Let's go start fighting.
Alright, let's go. Babe, that's
What?
my job.
What?
I have to put a bun in your oven.
Why you speed up, you dickhead? I know where that is.
Fluffy, soft, not that hard. It's so soft, so fluffy. I can't even fold it in.
He's scared. Can't be mean to him. Rule number one, never get anxiety.
Got this black light so I can see how nasty you've been.
You're not gonna find anything.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Hit the lights for me. Let's see. I guess it looks pretty clean.
Told you.
What? Got this black light so I can see how nasty you've been.
You're not gonna find anything.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Hit the lights for me. Let's see.
You swallow a live fish. It wriggles down your throat, making it harder to go down. To make things worse, if the fish has sharp spines, they could scratch up your throat. But if you do manage to swallow it, the fish would end up in your stomach, where it wouldn't survive for long. Your stomach acid is extremely strong, and it would break down the fish quickly. However, live fish can carry parasites like tapeworms, which could survive the stomach acid and infect your digestive system. You swallow a
Pull the tape from
your
Hermione.
throat, making it harder to go down. To make things worse, if the fish has sharp spines, they could scratch up your throat. But if you do
Pull the tape from Hermione. Hey, pull the tape from Hermione.
its mild taste and zero alcohol, experience Listerine.
Want a delicious dish with more health and less hassle? Try broccolini.
Oh.
It's not a horror film. And this isn't a complaint or anything. I just feel like, I've talked about it on stream quite a bit, there's a lot of people under the impression that this is supposed to be a scary movie. I don't think that's the case. And this isn't me just being, you know, grisly tough guy who doesn't get scared of anything. The only thing Charles fears is a day without getting pussy. I just...
Out there again.
Follow every moment of your multi and same game.
Personally don't think it fits into that category, and a lot of people, at least when I've talked about it, have written it off as just like a horror slop film, and that's just so disingenuous. Like, it's not a film that's trying to focus primarily on making the viewer fucking throw popcorn in their face out of fear and panic and wetting their britches. Like, that's not what the movie sets out to do. Like, yes, there's some unnerving scenes. They're there for a purpose other than just being boo to the viewers. There's like 2 or 3 jump scares in the movie, but just because they're jump scares doesn't automatically categorize it as a horror film. I've yapped about this for a minute here, but the whole reason is because I just don't like to see people write something off like this because they dislike horror films. I think this is a movie that a lot of people are really going to enjoy because it offers something very creative and very different. It is a film that, I don't think this is a spoiler because it is literally in the trailer, it builds on vampire lore in a really entertaining way that fits into a really well-written and very, very interesting story and set of characters. Like, the first half of this film is actually pretty slow. It's all about setting up these characters and getting you invested. So Michael B. Jordan stars in it, and he actually plays 2 characters, the Smokestack twins, and then the other main character is Sammy, who is one of their cousins. And they are about to open up a juke joint, and they're going to have a huge, you know, grand opening, so we get to see the twins as well as Sammy getting involved in making this a really special opening, and we get to learn why the Smokestack twins want this to be so successful with everything that they had experienced in Chicago when they had initially left this area. And now they're back, they want to do something big, they want it to be profitable, and, well, things go tits up pretty quick when, towards the second half of the film, the vampires get introduced. And without getting into spoilers, the way that they use vampires here, I think, is really smart. And different from what I've seen in other vampire movies. It, of course, uses, like, classic lore of needing to be invited in, which I always thought was one of the more humorous elements of vampires. But here, it's really tense when they play with that, about, you know, needing that invitation inside. Because if you don't invite them in, they're kind of fucking harmless. You can just kind of hunker down until the sun comes up. But it's not so simple. And I think they do a great job. It is amazing at delivering great character pieces and getting you actually to care about the characters that you meet. You get to see the relationship with Smoke and Stack with the various characters that get brought to the juke joint for the big unveiling and like the big, you know, party. And really, everyone in here gave great performances, which obviously helps make you care. So by the time the vampires show up, you really don't want to see anyone get fucking slaughtered by them because you've grown to know quite a bit about these characters. They get pretty fleshed out. Now, one thing this movie puts a huge emphasis on is music. Sammy is an incredible musician. He is unbelievably talented with the blues. And that plays a pivotal role in the narrative. And how things happen with... I don't want to get into spoilers. But in order to talk about something that I think wasn't fully explored, I needed to get into spoilers. So here's your spoiler warning. I'm going to get into spoilers briefly. Sammy's music is what draws that group of vampires to the juke joint in the first place. The main vampire, he wants Sammy because he believes that his music can help connect him to his old friends. And it's established very early on in the movie that sometimes a musician is so talented, it can, you know, call upon the past and even the future. And there's a scene in the middle of the movie where he's delivering an incredible performance at the juke joint. And while delivering that performance, there's like old musicians from many years ago. And then, and it's very cool to see, it's a very cool scene. And then it's modern musicians. So there's a musician playing the electric guitar, and then there's someone with a DJ turntable, and there's someone breakdancing. And it went from like really cool and like, oh, it's nice to see that concept they were talking about like explored visually here. But then when I'm seeing them like spin the turntable while breakdancing, the scene kind of got like a little silly, and it went on for a long time. Now narratively, it's a very powerful scene, and I get what it's talking about, and I understand why it's there. It's just, I feel like maybe it went on a little too long when they kept bringing in modern elements from the future there, because this is a movie set in the 1930s. So it just felt weird having like the turntable and the breakdancing, which it's supposed to feel weird, but in a way that I thought kind of got a little comical. Not a big complaint, but something I wanted to mention. What I think wasn't fully explored very well was the concept itself, though, because the movie talks about like music and how Sammy, who is the son of a preacher, he doesn't like the music. He thinks it's a bad thing. And it's something that Sammy very much disagrees with, obviously. And they talk about the music like it's supposed to be the ultimate tool for good, really. And ultimately what happens in the second half of the film, the music never really feels like it was used for good. So like he plays that song, The Vampires Come, and I thought it would end with him delivering another musical performance, because towards the end he is, you know, gripping the guitar and he hits the vampire with it, and I thought it'd be something about music that's able to, you know, save the day. But that's not the case. It wasn't the music that saved everyone, it was guns and wooden stakes. So, which is fine, because the action was really cool. Like, it was a good action sequence at the end. I thought they did a good job with it. It was bloody, over the top, and it was satisfying. But I don't know, I guess I just kind of expected, since it was a big part of the film, the music, about, like, it's evil. No, it's not. Music is great. I thought that was going to be the moment where it triumphs, and it shows the music is so powerful. Not only can it project, you know, the past and the future, but look at how it can, you know, heal and everything. And it helped defeat the vampires, but it doesn't actually help at all in, you know, saving the day at the end. Which isn't the biggest deal in the world. It's not like a huge complaint of mine, but it is just something I wanted to mention. Overall, I think the film is really, really good. I don't have, like, actual big complaints about it. But I've also seen it been said by a lot of people that this is the best vampire movie ever made, or the best vampire movie made in, like, the last 10 years. I don't know about that. It's not really a vampire movie until, like, the end. Like, at the end of the film, the vampires come in, and even during those moments, it's not like it's all about the vampires. It's still mainly about the characters inside of the juke joint. So, like, I wouldn't say it's, like, the best vampire movie ever made. It just uses vampires really, really well. Anyway, though, I really like the movie, obviously. I definitely think it's worth seeing. That's about it. See ya.
Yeah, but DJing isn't necessarily a black thing. People are thinking you didn't like that scene. I get what he means. Some of the dragged on for too long, but not only that, it introduced things that were a bit odd. Yep. Imagine he gets 2 Oscars for playing a main role and a backup role in the same film.
Not what the movie sets out to do. Like, yes, there's some unnerving scenes. They're there for a purpose other than just being boo to the
I don't know if she's still online. Chicken jockey. Yeah, I had to delete not Minecraft. I have to delete Fortnite for space, man. Sure, it'd be cool to go in again here and there to do shit, play some songs, whatever. Cause yeah, I spent a bunch of money on that shit. You know, if like Slipknot has a season, or Metallica has a second season, or like Iron Maiden. Also, there's one thing that not many people are thinking about it, is the fact that it kind of feels odd for me as a non-black person to watch a film that has an emphasis on black culture and not feel like I'm out of place watching it, you know? Because that, like the majority of black media I've seen, or they just constantly talk about we the people, we're black, where we can rise above a type shit. Luke Cage had that, fucking Black Lightning had that, and it's like a part of me is like, you don't need to make a film. I understand it's in the 1930s, but you don't need to make a film or anything with a black cast with just talking about how they're a minority that back then not many people liked and all that. I get why they did that to make it feel like you have to feel bad for these characters and stuff. Like, I don't know my history. What? Yo ho yo, who prepares slave for me? The fact Borderlands 3 is 6 years old doesn't sit right in my head. she looked. It's so weird because Hayley Williams, I don't know if she does her hair, but something about her red hair doesn't look real to me. Carly Shay. Why Carly? That was fucking funny. Ignorance is my never. Ignorance is my new best friend. Is it? Is it? Alright, enough immediately dying on the YouTubes. Bird. Of course. Of course. Of course he puts fucking Margot Robbie's chest in the thumbnail. This has that one time an error. Why do people really think the Suicide Squad is a reboot? Because the Suicide Squad is a sequel. It's alright, let's play. I'm sorry. I'm deleting. I'm such a shit streamer. It's because it's just there. It's just there. YouTube is right there. That's what I wanted to look up. I wanted to look up Doom. Hang on, Doom Eternal came out in 2020 and not 2019. Thing is, I wouldn't be opposed for them to, like, remake Doom, like the OG Doom games, in the modern engine, because like part of me can't play the OG Doom games. Like my brain can't be invested.
Primary access points to the tower were destroyed in the explosion. The pipeline is damaged but still intact. There are thrust boots in the maintenance hangar. You can use them to traverse the pipeline.
Kill demons using quad damage. What the fuck is quad damage? Chiropractor's gonna be hard to do.
Demonic presence at top safe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Oh, it's a Revenant. Revenant is, I think, one of my favorite fucking monsters. Yeah, right. Like it's to the point that he's the front cover. Come here. Thing is, Revenants aren't as scary as the Hell Knights. The Hell Knights are fucking terrifying, man. They're terrifying. Every time you're like, oh, I need to kill everyone but them.
Demonic presence eliminated.
Brilliant.
Lockdown disengaged.
Good on me.
Completed in 2127, based off a prototype developed by Samuel Hayden's research team. The Argent Tower, also known as the Argent Inductor, is the UAC's crowning achievement.
You're born in health. There we are. Hell yeah.
Argent Energy. Give yourself to the cause.
Oh. Oh! Hell yeah. Doesn't mean we can double jump now?
Completed in 2127, based off a prototype.
Yeah, we can, bro. Hell yeah, double jump. It's gonna come and fucking clutch in this bitch. We'll get ruined. Fucking kill myself. Those time-based ones kind of suck. But I think you can turn it off, can't you? Make it a bit easier. It has to be the one that's above my head, right? That's good. Dazed and Confused is good. I think I main Dazed and Confused because I remember that name from this game. I know it's a song title, but you know what I mean. I think I remember this. This was an annoying one to traverse. Especially for collectibles. Did that count or not? Doing this here sucks. Unless I can retry. I don't like having this space, especially if they're constantly trying to run away. Like it's so annoying. Like theoretically, the glory kill one's easy. You know what I mean? Fucking killed yourself. Hey, this is my second one. What the fuck? What? I lied. Hold on now. Yes, no, I don't need to Worry about it. Yay, now I can actually play the level. What the fuck is quad damage? Oh, quad damage is a power up. The purple power up. Was it? How do I? Please go back to where I just was. Gonna have it. Didn't want me to do that, actually. Oh, I got this one now. I got the Revenant already has 2 entries in it. There it is. I do wonder if the buzzing I saw before was that or not. What is that sound again?